Who is the best Spider-Man? Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or Tom Holland?
Homecoming from Tom Holland, I think that was fucking complete dog shit. I don't care what anybody says. I hated, like, Homecoming, I walked out of the theater, did not enjoy it whatsoever. Far From Home, favorite Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. So good. Far From Home was so good. Homecoming was so hyped up. Like, it got like 95% Rotten Tomato. And I watched and I was like, this is not good. Far From Home was absolutely amazing. Loved Far From Home. Homecoming was dog shit. He didn't even beat Vulture, and then Vulture beat himself. Like, it was so dumb. He was getting his ass whipped 95% of the time, and then, yeah, no. And another point I want to bring across, I love Tobey Maguire. I think Tobey Maguire might be physically the strongest. Like, he's significantly stronger, and like, you're right. But reaction time, Andrew Garfield's the best. But I want to talk about how underrated Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is. He is so hated. Spider-Man 2, when he fights against the Electro guy, Gwen died. It was probably the first moment I've seen a superhero movie like, that makes sense. You can't just catch someone going at like 50 miles per hour and just expect them to be okay. It makes sense. And the best part of that fucking movie, like the best part of that movie is that it really showed what a real hero is, because afterwards, obviously Andrew Garfield, you go through tragedy. He's not Spider-Man for a whole year. Shit goes on. Then Rhino comes out. And then the little boy, you remember the little boy wearing the Spider-Man face mask? Everybody's behind the police lines. Yeah. And everybody's like, I remember the little boy's like acting all tough because he thinks he's Spider-Man. Everybody's all scared, holding back the mom. And then the Rhino's about to kill the little boy, and Spider-Man just pulls up behind him like, hey, little man, I got this. Like, that's the real, that's the meaning of a hero, bro. Yeah. Like, they all looked up to him. He came in the, like, when I saw that, I'm like, this motherfucker's a real-ass fucking hero. Like, compared to all other shit, there's, like, always corny shit with, like, Superman. No. That was the true meaning of a superhero to me. And that was so good. And I think if they would have made the third movie with Andrew Garfield, I think that would have been by far one of the greatest superhero movies of all time.
But they went
fucking Sinister Six, they fucking ruined it, bro. That shit would have been so good. It been so good.
Tragic. I'ma say right now, from everyone, what I've heard is that everyone's saying the best character that fits the role in the comics was Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Is that true?
Tom Holland fits the young Peter Parker the most.
The most, right?
Yeah.
And I love how they put him at a younger age than in Tobey Maguire.
Tobey was like
Tobey Maguire was college.
Yeah, he was a college student.
That's why it's professor. And then Tom Holland's was high school.
Yeah. Andrew's was, I think it might have been high school too.
Like senior though.
Yeah. Probably Tobey's my favorite because Spider-Man 2, I like the whole train scene is probably one of my favorite scenes in like movies like ever. Like that train scene was so fire. And Spider-Man 2 and Far From Home are like the two best Spider-Man movies. They're both in like top 10 superhero movies ever.
Wait, who? What was it?
The Spider-Man 2 against Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, that was good.
So good.
And the video game's amazing.
It's so good. But I think Andrew Garfield's extremely underrated. Whenever they talk about Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire, they never talk about Andrew Garfield. I think Andrew Garfield in the second Spider-Man movie was really
I think it was overshadowed by something. When did it get released? Yeah, I think it was like 2011, bro. I think it got overshadowed.
I wish they would have came out as Sinister Six. That would have been so good, bro. It would have been so good to see all the villains fight against him. It would have been so good. This one that's coming out, it's gonna be super sick. All three of them.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
All three of them with Doctor Strange.
I think Tom Holland's the weakest Spider-Man. Because
he's the smallest.
It's not even that. Like, they talk about like him holding the fairy together, but he also had like Iron Man's help. Tobey Maguire is physically stronger. Andrew Garfield's reaction time is faster than all. Like, there's scenes in Spider-Man 2 where like electricity's like running through everything and he's like literally reacting to it all. You know? Like, it's super fire.
But bro, Tom Holland's trilogy, I would say 1, 2, and now 3, involves so many Avengers characters. That's why it's gonna be the greatest.
We gotta wait to see the. We gotta see the third one.
But still, we got Iron Man in on fucking Spider-Man movie.
Because I think it's not even that. I just don't like Homecoming. Homecoming wasn't good to me whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because when I watch, people hate on Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3 when he fights Sandman and Venom. But the ending to that movie, I love the way he beat Venom with the fucking sound. With the sounds. He was just like he's fighting like two villains at the same time. Then his homeboy dies.
He beat Sandman how?
I forgot. I think Sandman. Yeah, I completely
somehow diminished. But then his homeboy died.
Yeah, homeboy died, and then he's like started putting all the spikes everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was so good. People they hated on that movie, and I remember watching that. I don't
know if they hated the acting. That was kind of
when he walks out. Yeah, but no, they didn't even like Venom as a villain. They didn't like any of that. And I thought like the whole scene when he did that shit when I was a kid, I was like, oh, this is so fire. Amazing. Like when he started using the sounds, already hitting. I thought it was really good.
Bro, and he loved that black suit. I liked it.
I liked seeing him like turn. He was just like he had some corny.
There was some corny scenes. Remember when he?
Yeah, no, you
doing something like that.
Take away the corny scenes. I think Spider-Man 3 is actually good. It's just overhated.
But Far From Home is the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah, I think it's
just
really
introducing.
Good. I mean, it's close between that and Spider-Man 2. Maybe
bro. bro.
Spider-Man 2.
And what movies, which one, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, or Tobey Maguire, who had the better supporting casts? I'm gonna say Tom Holland.
Definitely Tom Holland.
Tom Holland's supporting cast was amazing.
Yeah, but like, look at when Spider-Man 2 came out. That shit was like 2004 or something.
Yeah. But what do you call this? Tobey Maguire, he didn't have any friends, right? It was just MJ.
And then
was a supporting cast.
Henry,
yeah.
Yeah.
That was about it.
Those are really some Spider-Man shit, though.
Well, we're not answering the question. Who do you think is the best? I'm gonna say Tom Holland because the movies were the best.
As of right now, it's Tobey. Tobey saved the most amount. Like, he's the most hero so far.
Yeah.
So far. Tom has been saved by his like supporting cast so many times. Until Far From Home, he was amazing. Homecoming,
he's young.
Yeah, that's why. Like that, I'm not saying he's a bad. Like he's Peter Parker. It's just like who's the best? Like Spider-Man. Like who's been the real hero? It's Tobey. I gotta go Tobey.
But the story. I'm talking about the movie. Which movies were the best? Who had the best movie?
Are we taking away so we taking away no Civil War, no Infinity War, no Endgame, just Spider-Man movies?
No, you have to include that.
Okay, see at that point that is gonna be Tom Holland. That is gonna be Tom Holland because he has so much more.
Introduced into Civil War.
He has so much more involvement in everything. If we take away, just put his Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man movie, 3 Spider-Man movies, 2 movies, and then 3 again or 2 again. Tobey. I think it would be Tobey. Andrew Garfield, you could argue the full saved the entire city from the lizard.
He's good.
I think he's really underrated, but I think it might be Tobey.
Tobey's movies. I'ma say this. Tobey's movies were good because he was able to beat all the freaking villains and all that.
But it was like also emotional. Like, do you remember?
Yes, it's like a film.
Do you remember Spider-Man 2? Spider-Man 2 was so fucking dramatic with Dr. Octopus. Like when he dropped his his aunt still saved her. The whole train scene when they're squabbling throughout the entire city. Like, it's so dramatic. And the whole end scene with like the whole port. Super dramatic.
But Tom Holland is so fucking good, bro.
Really good.
Far From Home.
I don't see how they're gonna
go.
I don't see how they're gonna make him be a grown-up Peter Parker. He just does not give Peter Parker grown-up vibes whatsoever.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Where he becomes like
because at one point
a full-form hero.
Peter Parker becomes the fucking GOAT. Where like superheroes like always want Peter Parker on their side. Like they fucking want him, and he becomes like a full-fledged adult where he's a fucking beast. And Miles Morales is like being taught by this Peter Parker. Yeah. I don't see Tom Holland teaching anybody diddly
like that. Yeah. It's gonna take some time. I think Tom Holland's gonna be a long-term character for this MCU.
I think so. Wait, no, because it was a whole Sony thing. They think this might be his last movie. I forgot what they did with the contract.
Yeah?
Because they might want to sign him back to Sony. I forget. It's like some crazy shit.
Damn it, Sony! Sony's fucking it up, bro. They always fuck it up.
I'm not gonna lie. They kind of fucked up Sinister Six first, though.
They keep fucking.
They should have let them do the Sinister Six. Then they could have moved them on to Marvel. I wanted Sinister Six so bad. That would have been so hard.
Who owns X-Men? Who owned X-Men? Sony, right?
I'm pretty sure.
They
Fox?
just gave Fox. That's what it was. But they just gave the rights to Disney.
Disney owns X-Men now?
Yeah. That's why it's on Disney Plus. I know they own the movies. I don't know if they own. They own the movies because it's on Disney Plus.
That means they could bring in some bro. Fuck. You know what I would have done to see a Wolverine, Iron Man, and Captain America, all 3 of them argue, bro? That is 3 different personalities in one fucking room together.
Would have been so good.
It would have been really good.
Would have been so good.
Now Hugh Jackman's too old. Hugh Jackman's the GOAT. I think that's the greatest superhero of all time.
Sad.
Like movie-wise.
They didn't give him the shine, bro.
Movie-wise, I think he's the greatest.
How many years?
Like over 20.
20 years? That's so sad.
I think he's the GOAT superhero.
Yeah.
Like movie-wise.
But it's sad because that boy, they kept him in that X-Men. They never got to introduce him.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Logan is the best superhero movie of all time.
Yeah?
And I think the Darkest Knight is second. I think Logan's the best.
For Logan, do you have to watch all the previous ones? No?
It's like completely different. It's no shit. Have you seen Logan?
No.
Watch it.
2016, right? Something like that?
Something like that.
14?
The first time I watched it, I walked out of the theater, I was like, oh, this is just good. Like, it was like 80%.
You rewatch it?
When I rewatched it, I was like, this shit is fucking amazing.
Bro, that's what you have to do with the Spider-Man Far From Home. You guys, rewatch Spider-Man Far From Home again.
It's so good.
It's
so good. Rewatch Spider-Man 2. Honestly, that's just so good, bro. When I rewatched the first 3, I rewatched all the Spider-Man movies, and then afterwards I'm like, damn, Spider-Man 2 is like in a whole nother class. Like, it was on like the Darkest Knight level, Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Bro, I was just gonna tell you that. Don't you think the way that they made Tobey Maguire's trilogy, they kind of made it like a cinematic, they were trying to make it like a cinematic piece like Batman's trilogy.
They were really similar. They're
Very
like
similar.
more dark, more
Dark story, a lot of story.
a lot more fighting. It was really good. It was
Yeah.
honestly really good.
Loved it. But now we get to see Tom Holland and Doctor Strange and Wanda.
No, fuck all that, bro. I
What you
just want to
talking
see
about? You want-
Andrew, Toby, and Tom in the same movie.
That's what you want to see? That's what you're ready to see?
Duh. What? Bro, that's gonna be so good.
It is. It will. It will be.
No, that's gonna be so good. I said that has potential to be goated.
Wait, is Miles gonna be in it?
No, Miles is still too young.
I thought they said they were gonna put him in it.
I don't think so. I think he'd be too young. Maybe they bring a Miles from a different universe because the one in this current universe would be too young.
Answer this: is the Spider-Man's gonna be in the Spider-Man? All three Spider-Mans gonna be in the Spider-Man, or all three Spider-Mans gonna be in Doctor Strange?
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Spider. I think they're gonna.
I thought it was Doctor Strange that's gonna be in it.
I think they're gonna hint at it in Doctor Strange because Doctor Strange's gonna
yeah,
bring it
yeah.
into it. Because he's probably gonna be the one
Doctor
to open
Strange
those
released
universe.
first.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna hint it at the end.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna, bro. Just imagine Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and like Toby in their own Spider-Man outfits because they all have different outfits, all fighting against like their villains. Because they're bringing the Electro Man from Andrews. They're bringing I always forget that fool's name. Then Doctor Octopus is from and like the original actors
Yep.
too.
Yep.
They got Jamie Foxx and
That's how they got Jamie Foxx.
I forgot the other fool's name. They got both of them, and then I don't know who they're gonna pick for Spider-Man. Tom Holland's. They might bring in a new villain.
Damn. I am excited for these Marvel.
Doctor Octopus is
movies.
gonna go crazy. Same with honestly, when you look at villains too, Doctor Octopus and that Electro fool that Andrew fought, I think they could actually beat Tom Holland too. No cap. That Electro fool was a fucking menace to society, bro.
Bro, a lot of people can beat Tom Holland's Spider-Man, bro. He's young.
He does.
And he's barely learning
Like
the
he's
suit.
when you look at him strength and speed wise, like he compares the Toby and Andrew. It's just that he fumbles a lot.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like he will stop talking for a second. Like that's who Peter Parker is. But like those are the mistakes that Toby doesn't make because he's older. So that's why Toby beats Dr. Octopus. Like the whole Dr. Octopus scene in the end.
Yeah.
So dramatic. There was no goofing around.
Yeah.
No quick remarks. That's why I loved it in Far From Home. Man's like literally closed his eyes and turned up on all those machines.
He did. It was
Turned
based
up.
off the senses, right? I remember that.
Yeah,
Oh, that
Spidey
was
senses.
insane.
That was really good.
Bro, and the way they led off in Far From Home, where the whole world finds out is Peter Parker.
Oh, so dramatic.
Bro, and they think he's an ass because
Yeah.
they think he was the one that like killed him and shit.
Yeah.
Now that's gonna go into the third movie really well, bro. I'm excited for that. If you guys are excited for that, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you want to see next, and we're out.